Hey, what's going on, guys? I just wanted to give a really quick update on this coronavirus and California quarantine. Now, there's been just about 2 hours ago, this quarantine had actually started to take place in 6 counties in the Bay Area located in California. The officials are saying that they want to mitigate and basically minimize the spread of the coronavirus. In doing so, if you are to break this quarantine and actually leave your house for like partying and group gathering and stuff like that, you could be facing criminal charges such as a misdemeanor. And so here we go. We got I got 3 different news articles here. Before I get into it, I've done a lot of research on my YouTube channel. There is a lot of detailed, in-depth, sometimes even top secret information that I have discovered myself in putting into this YouTube channel. I would appreciate it if you would simply just subscribe to my YouTube channel and share my videos and watch my videos all the way through until the end, because there is a plethora of different informations in my videos. My content is basically very informative, sometimes entertaining, sometimes you may not agree with it, sometimes you may agree with it, but there's always something there. I am always neutral in a lot of my content that I do, and sometimes I'm not so neutral and sometimes I am. So basically you're going to get a lot of great information, a lot of great content all the time. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit the bell next to it. The bell icon gives you notifications on my YouTube channel all the time. I've got about 2,100 subscribers and over 70,000 views and impressions in the past 28 days. So let's get right into it. Coronavirus live update. San Francisco shuts down cable cars. Santa Clara police officer tests positive. Here they are getting all their groceries. The San Francisco Chronicles has lifted the paywall on this developing coverage to provide critical information to our community to support our journalists' work. Okay, so 572 in California, including 301 in the Bay Area. And, well, that's basically have tested positive. So just in California, there's been 572 people in California tested positive for the coronavirus COVID-19. 4,287 in the U.S., including 74 deaths in California, 48 in Washington State, 5 in Florida, 8 in New York, 2 in New Jersey, 2 in Louisiana, and 1 in each Colorado, Georgia, Kansas, Nevada, Oregon, South Dakota, and South Carolina and Virginia.
So here we have it. As the coronavirus spreads, 6 San Francisco Bay Area counties start to call a order to shelter in place. So they're ordered. This is basically a nice way of saying you're quarantined or locked down. As you can see, the streets of Bay Area, 6 Bay Area counties are in lockdown currently in California. Is your county next? Is the biggest issue as to the reason why almost all the toilet paper is gone, because nobody wants to use buckets of water to wash themselves, and definitely as a last and a secondary option to use all the seashells down by Dana Point. So how do you protect yourself from this coronavirus? We're going to go ahead and get into the actual lockdown, and then we're going to get into things to stop the actually help yourself prevent yourself from getting this coronavirus yourself. So the counties, the health officials in 6 Bay Area counties ordered only essential services stay open. San Mateo's mayor said the order will last 3 weeks. So, like, nobody can go to the stores and stuff like that and buy stuff. So, yeah, good thing you sheltered all that toilet paper. But did you think about the seashells? 6 counties in the San Francisco Bay Area will be placed under a shelter in place directive by public health officials in a bid to slow the spread of the coronavirus, a move that will close virtually all businesses and direct residents to remain at home for the next 3 weeks. San Mateo's mayor, Joe Goethals, said he believed that the order announced in a pair of news conferences Monday afternoon put the six counties, San Francisco, Santa Clara, San Mateo, Marin County, Contra Costa County, and Alameda County, on perhaps the most restrictive public health footing anywhere in the U.S. Since the outbreak of the potentially deadly coronavirus. Keep in mind, it's only killed elderly and people with weakened immune systems, and not everybody, so it's not like deadly. San Francisco Mayor London Breed said that effective at midnight, city residents would be required to stay at home, except for essential needs, and that all but essential businesses and public services would be asked to stay closed. Starting at midnight Monday, the order will remain in place through April 7th. Many people are calling this the new normal, Breed said. It's the new normal temporarily in an effort to protect public health. These measures will be disruptive to day-to-day life, she added. But there is no need to panic. Right. Yeah. So you can't work, you can't buy your food, you still got your bills and rent coming through. Your car payment, don't care whether there's a pandemic. But yeah, don't panic. Right. Thanks. Words from the wise, obviously. Effective at midnight, London Breed stated in her, a tweet here, San Francisco will be required people to stay at home except for essential needs. Necessary government functions and essential stores will remain open. These steps are based on the advice of the public health experts to slow the spread of COVID-19. Only police and fire departments, hospitals, grocery stores, gas stations, banks, pharmacies, and restaurants serving takeout and delivery customers will be allowed to remain open under the shelter-in-place order. Officials said residents will be able to go to grocery stores and other essential services, but Goethals urged residents to not rush, adding that stores will remain fully stocked. Right. The order further escalates the economic damage caused by COVID-19, this time hitting the nation's tech capital and a region that is home to nearly 7 million people. But many health I would say experts, not expects, but it says expects, but it's actually experts say extreme measures are needed to prevent the virus from spreading further and overwhelming hospitals and the healthcare system. The San Francisco Bay Area is a region hit the hardest by the coronavirus in the state. As of Monday afternoon, more than 280 cases had been reported in the six Bay Area counties: Alameda, Contra Costa, Marin, San Francisco, San Mateo, and Santa Clara, with more than 130 in Santa Clara. 130 people alone in Santa Clara have been diagnosed positive for the coronavirus. That's quite a bit. Of the 7 deaths reported in California, 3 have been in the Bay Area, 2 in Santa Clara and 1 in San Mateo. Monday's order came from the public health officials in the 6 counties and from the city of Berkeley. Staying home is the best thing that we can do right now, said Goethals. Goethals. He said the communities are trying to flatten the curve, reduce the speed of the contagion, so that there is not a sudden jump in cases that overwhelms hospitals. Dr. Grant Colfax, San Francisco's health officer, emphasized that there would be some give in the stay-at-home directive. You will still be able to walk your dog or go on a hike alone, or someone you live with, or with another person, as long as you keep 6 feet away from one another, Colfax said. He also said that the restaurants will remain open for takeout and delivery only, and for residents will be allowed out to get food and to care for relatives, he said. Together we will get through this, Colfax said. San Francisco Police Chief Bill Scott said police are asking the public to voluntarily comply, while violation of the health order could be enforceable as a misdemeanor. Do you hear that? While the violation of this order, could be enforceable as a misdemeanor. You could actually get criminally charged with this as a misdemeanor. That is an absolute last resort, Scott said. This is not about a criminal justice approach to a public health issue. We are asking for voluntary compliance. Dr. Sarah Cody, Santa Clara County's public health officer, said that customers will be expected to maintain social distancing even in lines at supermarkets or markets. Some Bay Area residents were taken aback by the news Monday. I am surprised because I feel like I am staying 6 feet away from people and hand sanitizing, and it just seems a little extreme at this point. And said Dr. Nicole Longmuir, 66 years old, a largely retired addiction physician who lives in Contra Costa County. Costa County, and works a part-time, but it definitely makes my life easier because I was going to draft an email to my work saying I'm not coming in. Now I can honestly say I can't come in. Edward Collins, 71 years old, a retired police officer who lives in Pacheco, had a different reaction. He called the coming order a tempest in the teapot. He says, I don't know how we can stop the virus anyway. How we can slow it down, he said. To me, this is just a big inconvenience over something that is not much more than a cold. That's what he said. In Menlo Park, Israel Torres, a checker at Safeway, seemed both calm and frustrated by the pending announcement. He said the store, which is open 24 hours a day, was closed Sunday at 10 p.m. and reopened at 6 a.m. That was a first. Things have been crazy. They decided they had to close the doors. There's nothing on the shelves, and people were getting angry, he said. He wasn't wearing gloves or a mask. He said management hadn't supplied workers with these items. So they had not supplied workers with items. He happily accepted a small bottle of hand sanitizer from a customer. We'll have food here. I'm not worried about that, he said. The problem is how people are reacting. They're taking everything. Catherine Trent, 28 years old, a Lafayette resident who does public relations for a dentist, welcomed the action. She says, personally, I think I would have been more comfortable if it had happened sooner. She said, I think we are a little bit behind. I know it's going to be tough for everyone to stay at home, but it is necessary. Scott Santos, 56 years old, an insurance broker in the upscale East Bay community of Walnut Creek, praised the shelter-in-place advisory as a wise preventative measure that might have collateral benefits. He says, I see a lot of panic in people's eyes, but I also see a lot of cooperation, Santos said, and people willing to help each other. on Nextdoor, the social networking service, I saw a lot of people stepping up and offering to do store runs for elderly people and people looking out for each other. If this coronavirus had actually affected you, please leave a comment down below if you're one of those people that are currently infected in the Bay Area and would like to comment that I could actually, you leave a comment down below and I'll report on it, and I'll put it on my YouTube channel here, and we can do a shout out, and I'll actually tell your story on this YouTube channel if you drop your comment down below. The other stories is that I've heard of, even though that this is going to be a misdemeanor if you actually violate this order, I've also heard that Texas is also in some counties also supplying this type of stay-in shelter order. The thing is with them is that if you violate their order, you're looking at around, I think, 3 months to 6 months of jail time, or 180 days of jail time. Plus a $2,500 fine for going outside of your house during their lockdown. Now, that was just a rumor that I've heard, and I don't know if it's actually true or not, but I guess we'll have to find out next.
All right, it actually was working. So I just want to check my mic was on. More than 181,000 in the world, and more than 7,100 deaths, and more than 78,000 have been recorded. So more than 78,000 have been recorded deaths, because you see right there it says 181,000 in the world, and more than 7,100 deaths, more than 78,000 have recovered. So we got 78,000 people that have recovered. It's about a 5%. Well, sorry, no, actually, about a 5% death rate for basically pretty much the elderly. So to get information on this, so here we go. 7:50 p.m. Representative DeSaulnier tests negative. Concord Democratic Republic Mark DeSaulnier hospitalized with pneumonia with complications from a broken rib he suffered in a fall while running. He tested negative for the coronavirus, a spokeswoman said. 7:22 Newsom moves to halt evictions. Governor Gavin Newsom issued an executive order authorizing local governments to halt evictions for renters and homeowners who fall behind on their payments because of the coronavirus. The order lasts through May 31st. People shouldn't lose or be forced out of their home because of the spread of the COVID-19. Newsom said in a statement, over the next few weeks, everyone will have to make sacrifices, but a place to live shouldn't be one of them. I strongly encourage cities and counties take up this authority to protect Californians. Earlier Monday, San Francisco and Alameda County suspended all evictions. I'm going to get into the virus here in just a minute and the lockdowns. I just want to cover this information as fast as possible. California lawmakers set aside up to $1.1 billion. The money will go towards health care needs, homeless services, and school cleaning to help the state deal with crushing costs being brought on by the coronavirus. The package passed both houses of the legislature unanimously only a few hours after it was introduced, a reflection of how pressing both Democrats and Republicans have come to see the situation. We're going to go ahead and jump right into it. It says, San Francisco residents required to stay at home amid the pandemic. So they've actually had a meeting about it, and it's live on there. San Francisco on Monday issued a public health order requiring all residents to stay at home as the city and county strives to slow the spread of the novel coronavirus. Residents are asked to only leave their homes for essential needs, which includes visiting a doctor, getting foods and supplies, and caring for family members in another household. Among other activities, according to Mayor London Breed's office, breakdown of essential needs. So the order takes effect midnight Tuesday and will remain in effect until April 7th or until it is extended. So it could be even longer if they decide that they want to keep it longer, according to the mayor's office. We know these measures will significantly disrupt people's day-to-day lives, but basically they don't care. But they are absolutely necessary. Breed said in a statement, "This is going to be a defining moment for our city, and we all have a responsibility to do our part to protect our neighbors and slow the spread of this virus by staying at home unless it is absolutely essential to go outside. I want to encourage everyone to remain calm and emphasize that all essential needs will continue to be met. San Francisco has overcome big challenges before, and we will do it again together." Right. When people are conducting an essential activity, they are instructed to keep at least 6 feet of space between themselves and those who are not household members. Essential stores such as grocery stores, markets, pharmacies, banks, and gas stations will remain open. The mayor's office said restaurants will be limited to takeout and delivery only. Gyms, bars, and other non-essential stores will be closed. Well, like, how are we supposed to work out, man? Like, staying fit is like your natural remedy for like not going to the doctor. Homeless residents are exempt from the order, but are advised to seek shelter. I don't know. Sometimes it's better to be homeless, I guess, because like you don't have obligations, bills, you don't have to follow the rules, stuff like that. San Francisco joins 5 other Bay Area counties in implementing the stay-at-home order. According to San Francisco Health Director Dr. Grant Colfax, the 6 counties' health officers agreed upon the widespread shelter-in-place order after meeting over the weekend. "The evidence tells us that now is the time to implement this step," said Health Director Dr. Grant Colfax. "Based on what we can predict, now is the time to do everything we can to prevent the situation from getting much worse in a matter of days or weeks. Every hour counts." Colfax also urged residents to remain calm and not to cause any unnecessary strain on the city's services. Right, so like shutting down a whole city and like closing the gyms, I mean specifically the gyms, like that is going to cause panic and strain. I mean, people exercise like it's their life to exercise, and you're going to lock it down for 3 weeks, and then it can go even longer than that. Like, I don't know, but that doesn't sound good. Please do not go to urgent care or emergency rooms for COVID-19 testing or non-emergency needs. Do not overwhelm the healthcare system or the emergency response systems at this time. So, okay, if you're sick and you think you got the COVID-19, what they're saying is you should like not bother anybody with it. Just sit at home and either feel miserable or just pretty much die. That's pretty much what they're telling us to do. It says, please do not use urgent care or emergency rooms for COVID-19 testing or non-emergency needs. Do not overwhelm the healthcare system or emergency response systems at this time. We need these services to care for those who are seriously ill. If you are otherwise sick or concerned that you may have coronavirus, please contact your healthcare provider, he said. Confirmed coronavirus cases. Total cases worldwide, 179,037. Total cases in the U.S., 4,113. So we're going to go on to the next article here. Coronavirus Sacramento County gives up on the automatic 14-day quarantines. They were supposed to, Sacramento County, you guys are lucky because they were supposed to lock you guys down. So California's Sacramento County is calling off automatic 14-day quarantines that have been implemented for the coronavirus, saying it will focus instead on mitigating the impact of the COVID-19. The change is an acknowledgement that the county cannot effectively manage the quarantines while its health system copes with the coronavirus cases. It also reflects problems with the U.S. government's coronavirus testing program, issues that slowed efforts to identify people with the deadly virus to contain COVID-19. With the shift from containment to mitigation, it is no longer necessary for someone who has been in contact with someone with COVID-19 to quarantine them for 14 days, the county says. Effective immediately, people in Sacramento County should not quarantine themselves if they've been exposed to the COVID-19. Okay, wait, hold on. Let's read that again. Effective immediately, people in Sacramento County should not quarantine themselves if they've been exposed to the COVID-19. Okay. Instead, they should go into isolation only if they begin to show symptoms of the respiratory virus. So, if they've been exposed to the COVID-19, the thing about this is that you were highly, highly contagious within like the first 4 or 5 days. And if they're telling you not to quarantine yourself or isolate yourself, within the first 4 or 5 days, and like you can go on out and like spread it to whoever and still travel to other counties in California that are quarantining themselves, then yeah, that kind of sucks because a lot of people are going to get infected. Instead, they should go into isolation only if they begin to show symptoms of the respiratory virus, the county's health department says. Right. Not sure that that's the smartest idea yet. Sacramento County has at least 10 coronavirus cases, including one person who recovered. Okay. So there's 9 people that did not recover and 1 person that did recover. Well, you got a 10% chance again out of 10. So 10% chance out of 10 cases. Yeah. Still 90% chance that you're not going to recover like the rest of those people did. Decisions on how to try to contain the control of the coronavirus have largely been left to the state and local officials rather than those at the federal level. The decision of what steps to implement will be local, Dr. Nancy Messonnier, director of the CDC's National Center for Immunization and Respiratory Disease, said last week. She added CDC's role is to provide technical advice to states and counties. Now, if you enjoyed this video and its content and you appreciate the work that I've done to bring this to your attention, then please drop a subscribe down below. I also have been covering the coronavirus since day 1 on this channel. You can also go back and take a look how I say that China created the coronavirus in a biological weapons facility in Wuhan. You can go ahead and check that video out. That is also on my YouTube channel. Please watch my videos all the way through, and please drop a subscribe because subscribing helps the channel grow, and YouTube recognizes that. And of course, watching videos all the way through helps YouTube recognize that as well. Because and then not only are you also sharing the video, but YouTube also shares the video because of the attention that the video is getting. So I appreciate your videos, your viewing, your time that you spend watching my videos and commenting, sharing, and liking, and definitely subscribing. So thank you so much for that, and more videos and more content to come. Till next time, The Last Viking TV is out. Hey, what's going on, guys there? I have another added portion of this segment. It's going to be brought to you part by NBC Bay Area. A lot of people, surprisingly, a lot of people in California don't get other counties' news feeds. Like in Orange County, we don't get Bay Area's news. So we're not going to get this information, and this has only came out 4 minutes ago, as you can see there, 4 minutes ago. So, you've heard it here probably first or second, at least. So, yeah, Bay Area officials issue a stay-at-home order due to the coronavirus. This includes Alameda County, San Mateo County, Contra Costa County, Marin County, San Francisco County, Santa Clara counties will require all residents to stay at home and not report to work unless they have essential jobs. Essential jobs are as follows, like nursing, you're a doctor, you're a police officer, maybe caregivers might get away with it. Other than that, yeah, you pretty much got to stay at home. Like working at a grocery store, you got to stay at home. Starbucks employee, got to stay at home. An essential job would also be like working at a bank. So, yeah, you'll be all right there. Officials in 6 San Francisco Bay Area counties issued a sweeping shelter-in-place mandate Monday, effective nearly 7 million people. Wow. 7 million people in California ordering residents to stay at home and go outside only for food, medicine, and outings that are absolutely essential. Getting a massage is not essential. The order says residents must stay inside and venture out only for necessities for 3 weeks, starting Tuesday, in a desperate attempt by officials to curb the spread of the novel coronavirus. So, what happens when, like, my biggest question for them, and I think you guys would all have the same question, is that what happens after the 3 weeks is over and the rest of the world is still infected? After the coronavirus, they've obviously, quarantined themselves and given up life for 3 weeks, and then they go outside, meet somebody else that wasn't in a county that's quarantined, they get infected, and then the whole county gets reinfected. Is it really necessary? I mean, I have a lot of opinions about this, but again, my YouTube channel is completely, majority of the time, I don't really have an opinion on a lot of this stuff. I try to stay neutral, just because I don't get involved with that stuff. If you guys want to talk about this in the comment section below, then have at it. I look forward to those comments, and sometimes I get a great laugh out of those comments. And sometimes on great comments, I will do a shout out and sometimes put you guys on blast. So, yeah, there you go. The order says residents must stay inside and venture out only for necessities for 3 weeks, starting Tuesday, in a desperate attempt by officials to curb the spread of the novel coronavirus. Officials in 6 Bay Area counties have issued a shelter-in-place order designed to slow the spread of the novel coronavirus. Here's a look at what you need to know about the mandate. I know today's order is a radical step. It has to be. We need to act now, all of us, to protect the public health, said Dr. Grant Colfax. So director of the San Francisco Department of Public Health. In affects the counties of San Francisco, Marin County, Santa Clara County, San Mateo County, Contra Costa County, and Alameda County, which includes the cities of Berkeley and Oakland. History will not forgive us for waiting an hour more, said San Jose Mayor Sam Liccardo, whose city is the most populous in the Bay Area and also the epicenter of area's outbreak. This is our generation's greatest test, our moment to stand tougher, and a community amid our collective fears. We will find our uncommon courage. Right. Again, what are you going to do when your quarantine time is over? Then you go back out, get that fresh breath of air, and you get the coronavirus, and then it all spreads over again. By that time, many more people will have the coronavirus, if not all the counties in California and all the counties in every state across the United States quarantines and goes into a lockdown. Ooh, would that happen? I don't know. President Trump says it won't happen. Of course it won't happen because, yeah. But it does make sense that if you want to stop a virus, every county and every state has to be under quarantine. Other than that, by the time you come out of your cave, the world's come to an end, and eventually you're going to come to your fate. So, San Mateo Mayor Joe Gothals told NBC News residents must stay at home and not report to work unless they have essential jobs, including healthcare workers, first responders, and other key personnel to keep government services running. Everyone needs to go home and stay home, Gothals said. San Francisco Mayor London Breed criticized what she called a terrible response by federal officials. We can't sit back and wait for the federal government to do anything. Unfortunately, they have not been as proactive as they should in recognizing this is a crisis throughout the world, she said. Oh. Someone's got their panic button shoved all the way up to first gear. The order tells people to work from home unless they provide essential services such as public safety, sanitation, and medical services. Grocery stores will remain open, banks will remain open, the pharmacies will remain open. There is no need to panic, Breed said. Wow, you got a lot of mixed feelings there, but daily life will change dramatically in what Breed called the new normal temporarily to protect public health. Most people will have to work from home. The order says residents can go out only for essential activities, like buying food, seeing a doctor, or caring for a family member, and only essential businesses and government functions can remain open, including healthcare, public transportation, hardware stores, garbage collection, gas stations, laundromats, and banks. So, yeah. Restaurants will be open only for takeout. All gyms and bars have to close. Outdoor exercise is fine as long as possible. Practice social distancing, Colfax said. California's national parks and state parks remained open, but many parks said they were shutting indoor spaces, including visitor centers and museums. You still can walk your dog or go on a hike with another person as long as you keep 6 feet between you, Colfax said. He said officials from the 6 counties met over the weekend and determined the unprecedented measures were necessary to slow the virus, but not stop it, just slow it. Spread, shield those most vulnerable to the disease, and protect healthcare workers who are on the front lines of fighting it. Kevin Jones, general manager of Buena Vista Cafe, an iconic San Francisco restaurant that has been a draw for tourists since 1952, in the popular Fisherman's Wharf, said the order is going to hurt, but our duty is to protect our employees and our customers. The cafe was the only one open Monday in one of the city's busiest tourist areas and was almost full. He said he's worried about its 58 employees being able to pay their rent. Owners and managers decided any perishable foods would go to the workers. The dramatic step came as officials across California took increasingly strident steps to separate people and contain the spread of the coronavirus. On Sunday, Governor Gavin Newsom urged the state's 5.3 million people who are 65 and older and those with chronic health conditions to isolate at home. He also called for all bars, wineries, nightclubs, and brew pubs in California to close. California has confirmed at least 335 cases of the virus and 7 deaths. Well, I've also read another article where there was actually significantly more than that. But you don't get the true facts of this news anymore nowadays with fake news and real news, and it's hard to tell the difference. This virus usually causes only mild or moderate symptoms such as a fever and cough, but can be deadly for older people and those with underlying health conditions. IBS is not included. No, I don't know. Maybe it is. Most of California's public schools were shut starting Monday for several weeks, Newsom said. An estimated 85% of California's 6 million public school students will be out of their classrooms this week. So I guess there's going to be a lot of kids on Fortnite, right? Maybe you guys don't know what Fortnite is. But anyway, so many districts are arranging for meal pickups for families that depend on schools for breakfast and lunch. More information about the COVID-19 activities in these areas, visit Alameda, Contra Costa, Marina, Santa Clara, San Francisco, San Mateo, and Berkeley COVID-19 websites. If this video again was helpful for you and explaining some updated information, please drop a subscribe down below. I always do my best to try to read as much as I can and find this information for you so you don't have to. So sit back and relax and hit that subscribe button, and also hit the bell icon notification next to subscribe so you get updates on all of my videos all the time. Thanks for watching. Until next time, The Last Viking TV is out. This time for sure. I'm done making the video. All right. Thanks. Bye-bye.